I say welcome again to the class. So we are in the IELTS reading season, and for this season there are basically for the past 3 lectures thereabouts I've been laying the foundation for what I call effective reading, the foundation that will help us to overcome some of the challenge we normally encounter in IELTS reading. One of them being time factor, the other being the technical aspect of reading. Okay, so those are the things I'm going to be putting us through tonight, and how to read effectively. Okay, in the first 3 or 4 lectures into this reading, I've been able to take us to how to identify the main idea of every paragraph. Okay, and the second thing is also how to identify the key actions and the key actor in different paragraphs. And I've said it that those 2 factors are meant to help us achieve something in particular. They are meant to help us to read effectively. Okay, so having those 2 knowledge background, I said something. I said your focus, irrespective, is to focus on your question. So today I'll be going into the third aspect, which is using this knowledge of main idea and key action to actually pick out answers for some specific questions. Okay, so, and I said it, when you want to start reading or answering your question, before you read, you need to check your question format. That's the first thing, because you need to go into the exam with a strategy that allows you to spend less time, pick your answers with ease. Okay, so that's the first thing. So in the last lecture I was on this before the network came and interrupted. Okay, in this aspect, in this paragraph we're going to read, there is question 1 to 8 on one side and question 9 to 14 on the other side. Okay, now question 1 to 8 is matching task. Choose the most suitable paragraph heading for the list of heading and write the correct letter A to H in box 1 to 8. Okay, the second set of questions are on this side. So they are true, false, not given. The accommodation problem in Ireland is especially bad in. Okay, so you are aware that there are 2 question types that you need to tackle in this session, so that while you are reading, you are paying attention to both questions. Yes, because the purpose is so that you can read less, pick your answer with more convenience. Okay, that's the first thing. Check your question format. Okay, and one of the things I do say is that once you have checked your question, I say you need to focus majorly on the questions. Yeah. Okay, how do you do that? Every time you read a paragraph and you've sorted out the main idea or not, or key actions, you need to properly go to the questions to see which question can be answered through that paragraph. Okay, this is to ensure that you do not have to memorize or cram anything or have to retain too much information in your head or offhand. Yes, because the passages are cumbersome enough. Then the next thing you will do is to use the strategy of main idea and key actions to pick your answers. Okay, so that's what we'll do now. So this is the question once again. You know, you have two formats of question: matching task, true, false, not given. Okay, now this is paragraph 1. We've done some of this paragraph before, and possibly some of us are quite aware of what I call this paragraph. Okay, so this is paragraph 1, and I've put a position the first part of the question here. So in paragraph 1 now, the college and the university accommodation crisis in Ireland has become so chronic. Okay, it's talking about the accommodation problem, and students are being forced, okay, to sleep rough, share bed with strangers, okay, and give up on studying. For those who have, the main idea is about accommodation problem and what it leads students to do. Okay, so if you have picked that, but if you scan through the answer choices now, cons of commuting, nothing like that. Things that students go through, yes, possibly. Commute have become common, nothing like that. Danger of overflow, maybe. Cause of the problem, no. Price data, regression, IELTS choice. So it's between like 2 and 4, but this one was things students have to go through, seems to match more than that. Sometimes you might have to change your mind during the course of the thing, but based on this is a very short paragraph, so it's accommodation issue, okay, response of students. That's the thing. So this one most likely will be 2. Let me just put it by the side. So this paragraph most likely will be 2. Okay, now, one thing you need to concentrate on here is that you are trying to look for your answer, though I wrote the main idea. Under the exam condition, you might not be able to do everything. After getting the main idea, your immediate response is to quickly look at the things that happen. Students are being forced to sleep rough. It's just telling you about everything that students do in response. Share bed with stranger, so, or give up on studying altogether. So what happened to students? So those are the things that are being said in those 3 actions that happen. It's all about student response or what students pass through, and it is question 2 that properly captures that. Now, I'll go to the next paragraph now. After the next paragraph, I'm going to be giving us about maybe 2 minutes, because in the first thing, somebody is sending me a response. Okay, you said you cannot see the paragraphs. Well, my question to you is that, can you see my slide? Because if you say you can't see the paragraph, this is the paragraph. Yes, except you can't see my slide. Please, if you can see my slide, please send a response. And this is this paragraph A. Okay, and these are the questions. So I don't know, please clarify if you can see now. You say you cannot see the paragraph. I'm only displaying paragraph A, because I said something. After each paragraph, you need to check the questions. Yes. Okay, please, Blessing Sandra, you said no. What your no meant, I don't know. No, you can see. You can't see anything. Okay, fine. Somebody just clarified. If you can't see anything, then there's a problem of network thereabouts. So I'm going to have to, I will have to now reload this slide. Somebody said I can see your slide but can't see paragraph A. That is something almost impossible. I don't know what you meant by that. Okay, this is my slide now. And this is paragraph A, student problem. The college and the university accommodation crisis in Ireland has become. Still send your feedback so that I can proceed, or still wait here. So chronic, that students are being forced to sleep rough, share bed. So accommodation crisis, and then student response, or what it costs making students to do. Okay. Okay, so fine. So, and I said, I haven't scanned through the paragraph. This was what I have come to choose 2 as the most matching to paragraph A, based on the main idea and also on the key action. Okay, and I said something. These are one of the things that normally hook us up. We want to know everything, forced to sleep rough, share bed with stranger, or give up on studying. Those are 3 actions that convey student response. You need to be able to put a sentence together and see something that unifies everything, because that's the key action. This is the main idea, the accommodation problem, and then student response to it. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph now. Yeah, to paragraph, this is paragraph B. Okay, let me just see now you are, after reading paragraph 1, then you've gone to the question. Yes, possibly you have known some question offhand, maybe by the time you get to question 4. Okay. The Deputy Student Union President of Students of the Deputy President of the Unions of Students in Ireland, okay, they gave expression, said the problem has become very, very acute in Dublin. Okay. Yes. So it is acute situation of this thing in Dublin. Okay, so students are so desperate, and they are not just paying through the nose to share rooms. Okay, they are paying to share a bed with complete stranger. Is emphasizing that the problem is more intense in Ireland, and also what student response. Okay, so let me say accommodation intense in Ireland. Okay, and what they go through in Dublin. Sorry, issue intense. But from what I have read, what I'm here, I have not seen possible. Maybe I say danger of overflow, possibly. Yes, what they go through. That is what the students are going through. Okay, I could possibly say maybe, yes, 4 could be danger of overflow. Yeah, but it's saying what students go through. Okay, it reached a crisis point last year, is only getting worse. We have heard of students sleeping rough. Okay, it's giving other things that students do on sofas, floor, in their car. And I have to stress, there is no student in this country that has not been affected. He's still emphasizing the same thing, what students go through. Okay, commute, which was once considered to be ridiculous, is now talking about something they will never consider before. Okay, whether that is by bus, train, or car. So it's now another key action here is the issue of commuting. So K2, commuting issue. Okay. Okay, commuting is now normal, either by bus, train, the means of commuting. And if I often end up sleeping in car, okay, if they have an early start to the morning, start the next morning. Okay, commuting, common. Yeah, this one is talking about commuting. So here I am torn between 3 and 4, but I will be penning down those situations, maybe 3 or 4, if I am not too sure. If I'm so sure, maybe later one of them can be taken. Yes. So this one is talking about commuting, which have become common. It was said in this paragraph. So, but it also told us that there was a problem, intense or acute problem about the accommodation in Dublin. That was why I considered 4. Okay, so I said 3 or 4. So I'm going to pencil it down until we get to the latter part, and then there's a decision of which one is more appropriate, because sometimes you will get into such dilemma during the exam. Don't so much be in a hurry to eliminate, because you might be wrong. Okay, now this is what I want us to go to, though this is paragraph C, but this is the question on the other side. The accommodation problem in Ireland is bad, especially in Dublin. This question has been answered. Yes, in paragraph 2, is especially bad in Dublin. Yes, true. Okay, so this question has been answered. So that's why I say you need to be checking the question on both sections so that you won't have to read again, or even if you have to read, you need to quickly go there. Commutes are considered ridiculous. This question has also been answered. So I would say 9 is true, and 10, let me see, commutes are considered ridiculous. Okay, commutes which will have been considered ridiculous are now normal. Okay, current situation, commutes are considered ridiculous. Sorry, let me go to the question again. Commutes are considered ridiculous. Now they are considered normal. They were considered ridiculous. So when you look at the sentence, are considered ridiculous, this is where you will pick your answer. Commute are now normal, because you need to present, check the way the question presented and check for that way. It's trying to describe the situation of commute. Though I am not focusing on true, false, not given now, I'm just focusing on ability to pick the answer. So if you don't get the true, false, not given, please don't give yourself headache for now. But if you are part of those, somebody sent a message to me and said, focus more on true, false, not given. I'm sorry, I won't be able to jump the process. I just want to let everybody understand. Commutes, which would once have been considered ridiculous, are normal. So commute is trying to describe the past situation, then is now describing the present situation. And the question here is describing the present situation. So actually that is false, because it's describing the same thing but giving a wrong information as against what is in the passage. Okay, so that is that. Now I would leave you to answer question C now. Yes, I will leave you with question C. After you have summarized it, I will give 2 minutes, then I will go into the first question section. If you see anyone that has been answered here, you can pick it or answer it. Then I will review the next slide to see if the one that is the matching task. So you have 2 minutes. Please participate so that it will help. Why the 2 minutes? As a matter of fact, 2 minutes is too much for a paragraph, but we are just starting. Okay, I'll be expecting your response, though I won't be putting it as final, but because when we get to the end of the paragraph, for those who would still like to change their mind on some questions, yes, especially in the matching task area, because sometimes some paragraph might look the same. Yes. Okay, so it's about 2 minutes now. So I'm going to transit to the next slide where the next set of questions are presented. These are the questions on side 1. So anyone that matches paragraph C, you also need to provide the matching for paragraph C. If you have any question that has been answered on 11, fine. Also, that paragraph C, match it with this any place here. Okay, so I'm waiting for a response on C. Yes, some people have sent response about question 11. Okay, you are saying, yeah, just write 4, then write C in front if that's your answer, because it's a question C, just write 4 because you are matching. Okay, yes. If that's your own answer, yes. Okay. Okay. I've gotten response from one person. The time is going because most of us is like we're not getting it properly. If you don't get it, I will assume maybe you are still dilly-dallying between okay. Let me go back to that place. It's a question 4. This one is talking worrying, increased problem facing students in Ireland. The number has increased over with, okay, and the figure is expected to, okay, fear remains. Okay, they're giving us, okay, I'm just going to say main idea is that it's increasing problem of accommodation here. Yes, increasing problem because they use the word fear, they use the word worrying, increasing problem of accommodation, and also they gave us a statistics of the problem. Yes. So let me see now which one carries it better. No, no, danger of overflow, more like it, because it was actually talking about the danger, imminent worry, the fear. It's not pricing data. They gave us data of the student population, regression, nothing like that. So I would say 4 is actually C. And for those who have been following, okay, the number of students in Ireland is not likely to increase in the future. Okay, so it's talking about increase or change in the number. This one says it's not likely, but the passage said it will increase in the future. So they are talking in the same context about the change that will happen, but this one is giving a false information. So number 11 has been answered as false. Yes. 11 has been answered as false. So now I will go back. The place I was tentative about 3 or 4. So 3 is now B. I'm sure about that because 4 has been taken away. Yes. So that's why I need to come back. Okay. So the next question now is, this is paragraph D. So some people have sent answers, but I've reviewed the answer. Okay, I want you to do this one now. After 2 minutes, I'm going to as well as reveal the next set of questions so that you can be picking them accordingly. Okay, someone has okay, some people have sent in some answer. Let us see. I'm still waiting. Okay, just a minute past. Then I will review the next session so that you can pick if it answer any side of the other part. Okay. 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 Okay, some people have given answers and it's already 2 minutes. I'm just waiting for about 30 seconds more and I'll review the next slide if you can answer any question from the other end too. Okay. Okay. So let me review the next set of questions. These are the next set of questions. Is this one as in has it answered any of these? Okay, I mean this set of questions. Okay, I can't seem to see that it has answered any, so I will get back now. Okay, Mr. Dunoye, the lack of place in school is forcing. Okay, I would say lack of accommodation. Okay, what is it causing? Affecting student enrollment. Okay, that is this is the main idea, then the action two. Then the ways it affects enrollment, the ways it affects, let me just say it, enrollment. And number two, they can't get a room. Okay, then you now say commuting is just too hard. Commuting problems. Okay, the thing there is that most of us should need to know, I told us, we are just mastering it. Some questions will be directed at the main idea, some will be directed at just a subset. Okay, now other options that are left is cons of commuting. This one actually talked about commuting problem. So if it has no other paragraph that is uh, carrying similar information outside this place, okay. Danger of overflow has been picked. Commute has become common. That has been picked. Students go through causes of the problem. They do not say causes of the problem here. No. Pricing data, no. Regression, IELTS choice, no. So possibly the answer to D is 1. So 1 is D. Okay. When I got to the last part, this one, the rent price went up by 15%. I thought I saw some percentage in C. I'm not sure, so I want to check up. Okay. Okay, the 15% is not here. Maybe it is the 15 years I saw. So I'm just checking before we move further. Okay, now this is question E. Paragraph E. Before we start doing it, based on what we have done here, most of you need to know that some questions in this particular passage are targeted at main ideas, some are targeted at some key actions that happened. So you need to know the one that mentioned that thing. Sometimes you might not even agree. Yes, that's the truth. But you are just trying to match the one that best fits into the situation. Even if it does not agree with your main idea sometimes, it will happen like that in some IELTS questions. Okay, now let us go into this one and match E. Let's get the main idea, the key action, then I'm going to reveal, then we're possibly going to reveal which one E matches, maybe on this side and on the other side. Okay, by now you should have maybe gotten the main idea. If there is any part is going to answer here, I'm not thinking so. Okay, then let's go into the, let me see if I can go to the next section of the question. Okay, this is the next section of the question, so you can pick your answer for E now. I'm alternating the same way you'll be flipping through your paper in the exam. Okay, the one you think that matches E, you can pick it. Not the ones we've picked, even if you need to change your mind, if you think there's a need for you to change your mind. Okay. Okay. So I'll be expecting the answer. It's like, okay, somebody has sent in an answer. Okay. Okay. I'm still expecting some other responses. Let me go to the passage again so that for those of us, yes, this is it. Only one person has sent in an answer, and I want other people to contribute because I want to see if you are getting this thing. Okay. Okay, somebody, we are actually picking the answer for E. Somebody has sent the one for F. Okay, maybe you didn't see the slide very well. Okay, we are actually picking the one for E. So, so you have sent the one for F. I'll go into the one for E now. Okay, claims have emerged from the country that some students have been forced to sleep in car or street because of enormous increase in. Okay, this one is talking about response to increase in accommodation. Okay, accommodation price. Yes, that's response. And what is happening? Sleeping. Yes, those are the thing. Those who have been able to find enough space to live have to do so blind by paying for accommodation months in advance. Okay, paying in advance. Okay, they haven't even seen, just so that they will in advance. Okay, and yeah, identify advance. Okay, let me go to the question now. This peak, this peak, this peak, this peak, cause of the problem, no. Pricing data, regression, no, nothing regressing about it. Okay, IELTS choice, more like it because it was talking about people paying in advance and blind for what they are not seeing. So E is actually 8 is E. Yes, 8 is E. Okay, is he answering any question from this place? I can't see it because we have 12, 13, 14. None of them has been answered. Okay, let us go into, I think two people got that and that was fine. Gbemisola and Sandra. I think somebody sent the one of F, though we've not treated that. Now, so I'll be transiting to F now, so that will match. So we know that 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, as this one, no, 4. Then 8 has been picked. Okay, so this one in the next 2 minutes too, please do participate. This particular question, I didn't ask us to be giving me the main idea, key actions. I might ask us to repeat it next time, but the issue is for you to be able to quickly pick out keyword discussions and match them with the paragraph. Because under exam condition, you might not necessarily have to write them down. You can write the main idea down, underline the main thing that happened, not all the wordings. Yes, you will quickly, that's what I want you to pick. That's why I'm not really focusing on that, though that's the method we are using. Okay, so let's see us continue here. Okay. Well, you are doing the main idea. Well, I really want to just see the question answer. Well, fine. If your main idea is too long, I want something 3 words maximum sometimes. Okay. So that you really quickly capture the two people have supplied answer. In the next 1 minute, I'm going to talk about it now. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, 3 people have sent in the answer, so I'm going to just go about it. He said, according to the Irish Independent, it is the Google effect which is to blame. He's trying to say this is what causes it. Okay, cause, Google effect. Okay, as Google, it's mentioned Google again, another blue chip company. Okay, so main idea is cause Google effect. I'm not going to write it. I just want to pick my answer as soon as possible. Is pointing to this with that paragraph. Is there any counter? Okay, Google and other blue chips open office around Dublin, Dockland, which is on the doorstep, flocking the area. Google effect costs. Okay, and it's telling you that professionals are going to increase in the area. That's key action. So let me just write it for those who want to know the main idea. Google effect. Yeah, I would say it's the cost, because it's saying cause and effect here. Okay, key action one, I say is going to say, okay, influx of professional of pro. Then what is K2? I'm just doing it. Okay, more apartments. Yeah, that's what it's saying. And on 50 acres of land is give over the next 10 years period. Is giving you the time frame on which land. Okay, so that's it. So it is more tuning towards cause of the problem, pricing data, nothing like that, regression, nothing like that. So 5 is F. Yes, 5 is F. Okay, then let's go to the next one. This is the GH. These are the last two. Okay, now you can read the first one. Yes. One thing that is, I'm just interrupting, that is easy here is that because you are familiar with the questions now, it's easy for you to really pick the answer towards the last two paragraphs without so much more reading. Yes. Your options have narrowed down. Yes. So that's just the thing. Okay, I'll be giving like 4 minutes here because answer question, maybe the question here, read paragraph G and H, then answer any one that can be answered here. Then I will review the next section for you to pick answers that matches there. Okay, you've given the answer for 13. You'll be expecting 14 as well because these are the last paragraph. And I want you to decide on question 12 too. Yes, you need to, because these are the last two paragraphs. You need to decide on question 12, 13, and 14. Okay, just one person. I'm still expecting. Before I go to the next section, I'm going to pick the one that has been answered. Okay, here, before then going to the next set of the question on the first section. Somebody has supplied answer for 13, waiting for 12 and 14. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, I'm waiting. Just 1 minute to go. You start getting constrained by time. You have, okay, fine. The person who sent 14, please, as age, 14 is not a matching task question, is a true false not given. So you need to revisit your answers. And before going to the next part, actually 12, due to opening of new offices around Dublin, the number of local restaurants, there was no mention of 12 at all in all we have gone through. At no point. Okay, the rent in price went by 15%. Rent in the area soared by 15%. Actually, that is true. That is actually true. Yes, Michael Martin stated that. Okay, some of us are just, that's true. Michael states that the crisis could have been omitted if government reacted properly. Martins argued the government to intervene. Were they saying the same thing? No. Okay, he said it is worrying that all the progress in the open higher education, particularly for, is being derailed. They are saying two opposite things. So this is not given. 14 is not given. 12 is not given because it's saying the crisis could have been averted. No, it's not talking about aversion of the issue here. Okay, which is the main this thing. So okay, so this one is let me just state it here. 12 is NG, not given, because there was no reference to it at all. 13 is true. Yes, because it is in G. 14 is also 14 is also not given. Then let's go back into the next question. This one is talking about rent swap by 15%, overlooking the ground cost of another bedroom apartment and annual door cost. The three measuring up to 136 feet sit at, okay, per month. Okay, let's go into, okay, this place. Okay, so 6 was actually talking about, sorry, HG, sorry, was talking about pricing. Yeah, pricing actually throughout. So it is more of, yes, than regression, pricing data, because it littered the whole place with prices. And it was not about decreasing, it was about increasing. So we can't say it deals with that. Now, the next question was talking about, the remaining question is actually regression. Okay, yeah, left Ireland admitted that this was, okay, higher education admitted this was the first time their census so extreme circumstance. Okay, and party leader or the government, it is worrying that of all the progress in opening up the access to higher education, particularly for the working class, is being derailed. Progress is being derailed. Yeah, I think that's where the issue of this thing came. Regression. Even if you don't understand, that's almost the only option left. Yes, process is being derailed. There is a kind of no progress. Yes. So derail, yes, is the key thing that came to explain it. Progress is being derailed. So sometimes keywords to pinpoint them are very, very crucial. Okay, blessing. Okay, I think maybe if I'm getting right, you were the one that was complaining that the lectures sometimes you are not getting, and I said you need to be persistent a bit. If you are the one that this is a nice improvement, I think you got about almost all. Okay, and that is very, very encouraging. Okay, so for those who, let me review the answers now. Or for those, these are the answers. Okay, D, A, just check your answers. C, F, I'm checking mine as well. G, H, E, yes. True, false, false, not given, true, not given, yes. So those are the answers to our question today. And for me, I want any feedback. For those who are saying true, false, not given, it's a direct thing. Is the passage saying the same thing with the question? If it's not saying the same thing, it is not given. If it's saying the same thing, but there is a misrepresentation, a falsehood, it is false. If it's saying the same thing and it's a replica of the question, it's true. Yes. So see that Michael Martin said something in the question, but what was said in the passage was totally different. So it is not given. They were not saying the same thing in the same context. Though Michael Martins was, yeah, said to have quoted to have said something. Okay, but it was not saying the same thing in the passage. It is not given. Okay, so we have come to the end of the class today. We're going to do at least one more practice next week. Sorry, on Thursday, tomorrow. Thank God. We're going to do another practice tomorrow because I want us to get this reading aspect. And matching task is the major problem. Then after the matching task, I will go into true, false, not given once again for those who are still confused about true, false, not given. But I've been able to give an highlight in this lecture. Okay, so that is it for tonight. If you have any question, you can state them or send them so that we'll be able to tackle them tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. we're also still meeting. Okay, in the absence of any question, I will say good night. Yes.
Good night.
Okay, and I hope that we are all gaining something meaningful.
Please, I have a question.
What did you say?
Please, I have a question.
Okay, who is talking?
Okay, it's Blessing, please. I want to find out when we are answering this paragraph heading in the IELTS and you have written all your answers in capitals, am I meant to write this? Most times they'll give you to write it in Roman figures. Is it going to be in capital Roman figures as well?
You are not mandated to write in either capital, uppercase, or lowercase. If you are expected to write in letters, that is ABC, write in ABC, whether it is the uppercase or lowercase. If you are writing in Roman figure, ensure that you write the appropriate figure, maybe 1, 2, 3. The one, yes, you can write in the uppercase or the lowercase as well in the Roman figure. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I don't know what is my problem. I keep having issues with this heading. And so I'm wondering if it's I wrote last week or last week, I still scored 6.5 and I need
Oh,
7. I don't know what is the
but
problem.
basically, are you sure you are not making error of misplacing your answers? Because sometimes if you do not properly understand your uh, um,
Answer.
yes, the problem that you are actually facing, you need to possibly, if you are practicing any question, you need to put yourself really under exam condition. Check the set of questions you are getting wrong consistently. If you check it, if it's still matching task, then you need to work on your matching task. Matching tasks not given are actually the most difficult. Unfortunately, some people normally get matching tasks and true false not right and then mix up multiple choice questions. So you need to know which one you are getting wrong for you to be able to
Um,
practice more in that direction.
it's the one I'm getting more wrong is the matching heading. I don't have a problem with the first not give other aspect, but the
Okay.
matching heading
So you need to
is my
work more on the matching heading. We are still going to come back and treat at least one more matching task next class. And, maybe next 2 classes or thereabouts, because I know the matching task is one of the problematic areas.
Thank you very much, sir.
So bye bye for now. Okay.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Good night, everyone.